We've completed our 2024 season simulation on NCAA Football 14. The final season we'll be simulating on that game. And in this video, we're going to show you the standings, exactly how it played out in the SEC, and get you set for the SEC championship game tomorrow. Before we go through the standings, just a little bit of an update on the channel. There will be some changes here. So if you've been watching the channel the last couple of months, you've seen really only simulations here on this channel. This is a channel that I used to do a lot of real life analysis type videos, and just the way my schedule's gone, I haven't really been able to spend a ton of time in that direction. So we've just been doing the simulations, and I've found that with channels in the past, it doesn't really work great to mix gaming and simulations with real life analysis. And I have partnered back up with the Voice of College Football, and we have an SEC channel. So it's SEC football at the Voice of College Football, and you're going to see a ton of different contributors over on that channel, including me. So I'm going to start doing videos on that channel. So all the real life analysis videos that I've done in the past, I'll be doing them there, and we're going to have a little bit more of an emphasis on gaming here on this channel when the new game comes out here in just a few days. So you'll still see simulations, and also, again, I'm going to get into some gaming videos, so would love to get your thoughts and your ideas for what you'd like to see there involving the SEC teams. And so, yeah, you can find, again, this channel, I'll put a link in the description. You're going to get a ton of content here from, like I said, different contributors. And if you want to hear from me, my takes on the SEC, you're going to get them right here on this channel. I'll be posting, especially once we get into August. I may even post there like every day. So you'll get a lot of content from me, other contributors as well. And help us out. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're not too far away. We're over 800. Just kind of getting things ramped up on that channel. So yes, please help out and subscribe to that channel. If you're an SEC football fan, trust me, you're going to love the content over there. And again, if you love my content, you're going to see things from me as well. But right here, we're going to be doing gaming, like I said, and simulations. That's all you're going to see. So if you don't like the gaming videos, if you don't like simulations, you're here for the real life analysis, you need to just go ahead and unsubscribe, honestly. It doesn't really help us for you to stick around, but you want to subscribe to this channel, because if you're, again, an SEC football fan, this is where you're going to want to be subscribed. All right, so, and moving forward, yes, I am going to re-simulate the entire 2024 season on the new College Football 25 game, and that's going to start as soon as it comes out. So you want to check out those videos as well and see kind of how the seasons compare. But let's get into it here. We're going to start with we're going to go through the standings. We'll start with Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. Both of these teams winless in the SEC. Vanderbilt did beat Virginia Tech, so that was quite interesting. Mississippi State lost to Arizona State in the non-conference, so they go just 3-9. But both teams winless. Then we go to South Carolina. They were 4-8, 1-7 in the SEC. And I'm going to tell you exactly who the teams beat and who they lost to. So bear with me if it takes a second to look these up. But South Carolina, their only win came against Vanderbilt in the SEC. So they did beat Vanderbilt. It's always nice to have them on the schedule. Number 13 was Kentucky. They were 6-6, 2-6 in the SEC. They beat Louisville again, so they got the big non-conference win there. In the conference, they beat South Carolina and they beat Vanderbilt. Those are the only two wins for the Wildcats. All right, now we go to number 12, Arkansas. They get to a bowl game going 6-6. A bit of a surprise there. They had wins over Tennessee. They pulled off a big upset there, and then a win over Mississippi State. And they did beat Oklahoma State in the non-conference. Let's go to number 11. That is Florida. They go 4-8, but 3-5 in the SEC. They lost to Miami, UCF, and Florida State, which is just crazy. Even though they in the SEC, they beat Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Kentucky. So they had 3 good wins in the SEC, but lost their non-conference games, and again finished just 4-8. Oklahoma, Auburn, Missouri, all 8-4 in overall, and 4-4 in the SEC. So just running through these teams. So Auburn, they beat Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. They lost to Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas A&M, and Alabama. Oklahoma, they defeated Tennessee, Auburn, South Carolina, and Missouri. They lost to Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama, and LSU. And then we had Missouri in here as well. Missouri had wins over Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and Arkansas lost to Texas A&M, Auburn, Alabama, and Oklahoma. And we did have to use several tiebreakers with these teams. And there are actually no announced tiebreaker rules for the SEC, so I just used the rules that the other conferences use. We'll see what the SEC actually does there. Alabama at number 7, 9-3, 5-3 in the SEC. They had their losses came to Georgia, Tennessee, and LSU. They played Tennessee and LSU both on the road. Have a pretty tough schedule this season, but Bama's still going 9-3. And then we go to Tennessee here at number 6, also 9-3, 5-3 in the SEC. Their losses came to Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Georgia. And then we go to Texas A&M at number 5, 10-2, 6-2 in the SEC. Beat Notre Dame. That was a big win. Their losses came on the road to Florida and then against LSU. Beat Texas. That was Texas' only loss. As you see, the top 4 teams all going 11-1. LSU actually only 10-2. Lost to USC in the non-conference, but all 7-1 in the SEC. Georgia lost to Texas, and so you might say, why is Texas behind them? Well, we had to apply the tiebreaker rules to all these teams because Georgia did beat Ole Miss, and again, Texas lost to Texas A&M. So we had to go through all the tiebreaker rules here, and this is how it came out. So that means, and I think it really came down to, if I remember correctly, it came down to which teams had the toughest schedules. It came down to like strength of schedule, and then we had some separations where we maybe went to head. But yeah, it was Georgia and Texas at the top, and that's who is going to play in the SEC championship. This game will be at 6 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. We will be starting the college football playoff on Friday. You can go to our Sim channel to watch all the games. But if it involves an SEC team, we'll be posting it right here. So you're going to have probably 5 SEC teams make the college football playoff as we go back to the standings. Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, LSU, and Texas A&M probably all going to be in. We'll see how it plays out. We will have a bracket reveal video tomorrow over on the College Football Simulation channel. And so you can see exactly who gets in, where they're going to play, all of that. Like I said, this is just round 1. We're finishing up our first season simulation, but we're going to do it all over again on the new game. And you can see all the SEC games right here on this channel with some other SEC gaming content as well. I haven't decided exactly what all I'm going to do. I'm still trying to figure that out. Also want to see, how the game is and everything. But we'll probably do like an SEC Dynasty where we'll play the non-conference games as the SEC teams, and then possibly I've done something in the past where if it's SEC versus SEC, I play all-time offense, and we usually get some really exciting games that way. So we'll figure all that out down the road. Maybe just do some dynasties with specific SEC teams as well. But gaming content right here. And again, we'll go back and remind you, if you're an SEC football fan, please help us out. Go subscribe to the Voice of College Football channel, the SEC channel. And like I said, you won't be disappointed. There's going to be a lot of great content, especially ramping up here in the next month or so. So help us out, subscribe there. Give me your thoughts on how things played out in the SEC with our simulations. Give me your thoughts on that, what you think's actually going to happen, what you disagree with, all that. Let me know down in the comments below.